Hi everyone, and welcome to day 4 of our 21-day yoga challenge. My name's Antoinette, and it's so good that we all get to practice together. I can't tell you how much, I was just saying to the Zoom students, this really fills me up. I mean, this is exciting, and that we've all made this personal commitment toward movement and breath work and connection with our bodies. And even if you're only on here every other day, or you're on here maybe 3 or 4 times during the week, or once a week, or whatever you come to, that's awesome. You're making that commitment to coming to your mat and also to practice with a larger group of people, which is really exciting, I have to say. I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Janet. She's on Zoom tonight. Today I learned how to knit, and it's been on my bucket list of things to do before I die. Check it off, right? And so she sat patiently with me for 1 hour today and taught me how to knit. And I still have a long way to go. But I say that to you because, here I am at 51 and I'm trying something new. And so, for some of you who are on Zoom tonight or even on Facebook, you're practicing yoga for the first time, or you're starting to launch out and maybe make that more of a dedication to a practice. And so keep going. That's where I'm going with that. Second thing I want to talk about is tonight we're going to do abdominals. And so some of it is going to be a lot for you, and some of it is going to be easy for you. And so take it in small chunks. If you need to take a break or back off, go there. Remember ahimsa, right? We do no harm to our bodies. So let's start off together in Sukhasana in our easy pose. As we're sitting in Sukhasana, I also wanted to let you know that I spent over an hour working with our IT people at Sibley Memorial Hospital, and thanks to Sibley for supporting this program. We now have these videos housed, in addition to being on the Treble Yoga Facebook page, we have them housed on YouTube. And you can search Sibley Memorial Hospital, and all of the practices will be found there. Under, I believe it's Antoinette's 21-day challenge, or 21-day challenge, or something like that. And so that's available to you. So let's sit in Sukhasana for just a moment. I wanted us to take that moment as we're sitting in our easy pose, or whatever posture you start yourself off in, either seated on a block or seated on the floor. Let's take a moment, if it feels safe to you, to start to bring the eyes closed or the gaze soft. We'll likely go about 5 minutes over practice so that we can have a nice Shavasana together. As you close your eyes, starting to let all the extraneous noise or just any sort of noise going on in the head start to dissipate. You focus now on that deep inhale in and exhale out to start your practice. Giving yourself permission, right? I am allowed to exist here in this space that I feel most comfortable, however you arrive in your practice tonight. I wanted to read a little bit as you sit here, following your breath in and out, from Sri Aurobindo, who says all of life is yoga. So just focusing, you could take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and just focus on inhaling and exhaling. Yoga practice is not isolated from our everyday life. What we ate yesterday, when we went to sleep, our relationship at work and at home, all of these walk with us onto this mat, and they ask for attention and readjustment. The very fabric of our personal lives is the material for our practice. It is this fabric that meets the fire of practice and the intensity of heart. Thus, the mat becomes a place of meeting between the deep waters of our spirit, the eternal spark within us, and our persona, our life. On the way to the depths or on the way back, we're in these middle waters. In these, skillfulness and presence of mind are the utmost importance. By enhancing the fire of practice to bring light to these areas of the self, by not shunning or avoiding these spaces, our practice becomes a daily attempt to connect the deep within to the whole of ourselves. This has always been the goal of yoga, to connect the upper and the lower worlds and rediscover the inherent oneness of all life. Take a good deep inhale in. Exhale out. Opening the eyes now. Let's inhale as we raise the arms up together. Good deep inhale. Inhaling. Exhale, let's head over to the right side, taking left hand to right knee. Start to push the torso up, taking a look toward that right side. We're going to move a little faster, reaching up, inhaling. Exhaling, let's head over to the left side, taking right hand to left knee, gently starting to twist from the abdomen. Good deep belly breath in and out. Inhale, coming up, reaching up both arms. And as we exhale, let's come out halfway. Just take a look up so that the head starts to come up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, lowering, take the chin toward the chest, arms come together. Inhale, reaching out, good deep inhale. If it feels okay, you don't have to look up if it hurts your neck. Exhale, lowering chin to chest. Inhaling, reaching out, good deep inhale. And exhale, hands come together. Inhaling, reaching out, and then exhaling, lowering. Just shrug the shoulders back, rolling them back just a little. Bring the shoulders forward, rolling them forward. Let's come on to our hands and knees. I want us to get right to it. We may go about 5 minutes over, like I said. On your hands and knees, let's starfish the hands in front of us. Feel the heel of the hand and the fingertips as they make contact with the mat. Just start to take some movement with the hips, rotating it clockwise or counterclockwise. And then go in the opposite direction. And then pause here. Take that right knee and just hover it a couple of inches above the mat. Now you can stay right here and focus on that. As you take an inhale in, navel back toward the spine, feel the abdomen engage. Start to make a circle with that right knee. So you can go really small and just focus on circling the right knee toward the floor. If you feel a little more energy, you could take it a little higher and start to really get that right hip into that as well. So decide what feels good to you and go there. Make another circle and then go in the opposite direction. Remembering too, if you have any issues with your wrists, you can always bring the forearms to a block or take the forearms down toward the floor. We're going to do that in a moment too. Pause here on that reverse circle. Right knee's going to come down, come up onto your hands and knees and just shake the wrist. Good deep inhale in and exhale, come back. Let's go to the other side. Hover that left knee a couple of inches above the mat. And then make a small circle with that left knee. Or go big, your choice. So again, navel back toward the spine. You're starting to focus on the engagement of the core as you draw that knee in and around. Let's go in the opposite direction. One more time. And then pause here. Take the knees toward the edges of the mat. Buttocks back toward the heels and gently start to walk the hands forward. Forearms on the mat just to start. Lower the head. Third eye rests on the mat. Take a good deep inhale in. Let the lower back settle. Exhaling out. Come back to hands and knees. Pause here for just a second. Take that right foot out. Splay the toes back and push back gently on that right calf. Flex that right buttock so you feel that right knee, right leg, right hip, right buttock engage. Gently roll up onto the toes and now bring that right foot up. Take that right foot over toward the left corner of the mat and then the right corner of the mat. Left corner of the mat, and then the right. Kicking out with that right heel, becoming aware of right leg and right buttock. Last time, coming over to the left and then to the right. Right foot comes down. Let's take the right knee down so you're back in tabletop, left foot comes back. As the left foot comes back, push back gently on that left calf. Roll up onto the ball of the feet and then start to draw that left heel up, kicking it out. Take that left heel over toward the right corner of the mat, crossing over, you feel that inner thigh maybe, and then over toward the left corner of the mat. We feel that outer thigh. So just moving it back and forth, navel back toward the spine, using the core, finding your breath. Last time. And then left knee comes back. Come back up onto your knees, off your hands for a moment. Inhale, bringing the arms up. Good deep inhale, rising up. Exhaling down the arms, stay on the knees for just a moment. Inhale as you rise the arms up. Exhale down the right hand. Rise up with the left hand, inhaling. Exhale, left hand comes up and over the body toward the right side. Inhale, rising up. Both arms come up. Exhale, left arm comes down. Rise up with the right arm. Good deep inhale. Exhale as we head over to the left side. Inhale, coming back up. Inhaling. And then exhaling down. Let's come back to tabletop. Okay, so you can be here. So left hand in the middle of the mat, left knee in the middle of the mat, and now you're in your side plank as you bring your right foot out, sole of that right foot down. This can be you and lifting your leg up. So that's position number one. I want us to get into side plank. So for others, you can come down to your forearm, bring your right leg, left leg out, and come into your side plank on your forearm, if that is okay for you. Hand can be on the hip. Good deep inhale here. As you exhale, lower. Inhale, come back up, and exhale, lower. If you're coming up and you're on your knee, just bring that right leg up when we come up, and then lower. Coming back up, and then lower. Coming back up, and then lower. We'll go one more time, and lower, and then come back down toward your stomach. Bring the knees back up, tabletop. Gently, we're going to bring that right foot forward. Right knee is bent. Inhaling as we rise up. Good deep inhale. Just stretching here, inhaling. Exhaling down the arms, framing that right foot. Right foot's going to come back, right knee back to meet the left. Left foot comes forward. We'll rise up with our arms. Inhaling. Good deep inhale here. And exhaling down, framing that left foot. Left foot's going to come back. We're going to come onto our butt, bring our feet forward. Staff pose here. Just move forward. Let's inhale. So feet are out in front of us. We're pressing in with the calves. Inhale as we rise up with the arms, reaching up. Good deep inhale here. Let's exhale and start to forward fold, just heading toward the feet, just enough so that we feel the hamstrings. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Good deep inhale as we rise up with the arms, inhaling, and then exhaling down. We're going to roll onto our backs, so bending the knees, coming onto the backs. We'll be in this bridge posture for just a second. Let the back settle as you inhale in. Exhale out. Feet come out long. Arms come overhead. Reaching out as we inhale in. Reaching out and up. Overhead. Opposite hand and opposite foot. Good. Swinging the hands down. We'll bend the knees. So lower back is on the mat. You can either keep your head on the mat and just focus on bringing the knees toward the chest and then bringing the feet away. So that's going to be the motion. Or if it feels okay to you to bring your head off the mat, arms come back behind so you interdigitate your fingers right behind the head. here. And then we start to cross over and cross over. As you do, we focus on the exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. So if this does not work for you with the crossover, you could just focus on bringing the feet forward and backwards, keeping the head on the mat, and focusing on your breath and making it count as you bring the knees in. It doesn't have to be fast. It has to just be with purpose, right? So crunching it in. We'll call these crossover crunches. If you wanted, you could even take your hand over to the side, all the way over. Continue the breath as you cross over or cross over with the elbow, your choice. Find your breath as you continue to move. Last time. And then let's pause. Hands come down, feet come down and long. We're going to do some crossovers. So we're going to, now with our body long, we're going to take our feet a couple of inches off the mat. We're going to take our feet in the shape of a V. So here you can keep your head on the mat, or you can take your head off. We're going to cross the right foot over the left, and then the left foot over the right. So we're using the core to draw the body up as we cross the legs over. Again, you can keep your head on the mat or off, your choice. The idea here is to focus on the core, not the neck, not the upper body. Just that lower body. Continue your breath in and out. Let's go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Settle down onto the mat. Take a good deep inhale in, and an exhale out. Another good deep inhale in, and an exhale out. Let's roll over onto our right side so we can come into side plank on the right now. So remember, you can come to right forearm with legs extended, lifting the body up, or you come with your right knee to the mat, right hand to the mat, your choice. Let's take it down and bring it up. Take it down and bring it up. Take it down and bring it up. Come down and then back up. Take it down and then up. Come down and up. Find your breath. Breathing in and out as you move your body, making that connection, really rooting down with the forearm or the hand. Pause here, hold it, and then come all the way down. Back onto the back for just a moment. Let's hug the knees in toward the body. We're just going to gently make our way up to standing for some standing postures and movement. And then we'll make our way back down for some more abdominals. Rock gently from side to side, if it feels okay to do that. And then either rock and roll up to a seat, or just make your way up to a seat. So your choice. If it feels good to rock, then do that, or not. Crisscrossing the knees, however you were seated, and then roll your way onto your hands and knees. Tabletop position. Find your way there. Good deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to tuck the toes under and come into downward facing dog, or make your way up to standing in Tadasana, your choice. Inhaling as we lift up to downward facing dog. Good deep inhale here, pushing away with the hands, sinking the heels low, and exhaling. Good deep inhale, maybe lifting the toes off the mat, sinking the heels low. And then we'll slowly walk the feet toward the hands or jump up to stand toward your forward fold. Inhaling up to a halfway lift and exhaling forward fold. Inhaling, reaching up as we rise up. Good deep inhale here, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to prayer. Let's all meet right here together. Inhaling in. Exhaling, Tadasana. Inhaling as we rise up. Reach up, good deep inhale here. Exhale, hands to prayer, right knee comes up. Let's move in and out of a couple of warriors, inhaling. Exhale as kick out with the right foot. Inhale, coming back, right knee is bent. Exhale, kick out. Inhaling, rise up, left side on the right. As you rise up, right knee is bent. Exhale, kick out. Inhaling as you rise up with that left leg and the right knee is bent. Exhale, kick out. It's kind of a dual action. Inhale, coming back. Let's exhale and step back to warrior one. Reach up. Good deep inhale here. Exhale out. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, hands to prayer, top of mat. Right foot meets the left. Good deep inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhaling as we rise up, both arms inhaling. Exhale, hands to prayer, left knee comes up. Inhale as we grow taller on that right side and then kick out. Exhale. Inhale, growing taller, left knee comes back. Exhale, kick out. Inhale, coming back. Exhale. Inhale, coming back. Exhale. Inhaling, coming back, and then exhale, let's step back, warrior one. Reach up. Good deep inhale here. Exhaling out. Wiggle your toes. Inhale once more, rise up with the arms. Exhale, hands to prayer. Left foot comes to meet the right. Good deep inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhaling as we rise up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to prayer, right knee comes up. Inhale here. Let's balance a little bit. Using the core, we grow taller on that left side. Let's just touch back that right foot without touching all the way down. Bring that right knee up. Find your breath. Kick out that right foot and come back with the right knee. Right leg touches back. Just finding some balance here. We can focus either touching the wall or a chair. Right knee comes up if we need it. Right foot kicks out. Right knee comes back. Let's touch all the way down and back. Warrior one. Plant that right foot. Reach up, inhaling. Exhale, hands to prayer. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, air. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale as we rise up. Exhale, left knee comes up. Hands to prayer. Good deep inhale. Exhale, left foot touches back. Left knee comes back up. Left foot kicks out. Left knee back. Left foot touches backwards, kicking back. Left knee comes up. Left foot kicks out. Left knee back. Find your breath. Left foot kicks back. We engage that hamstring and buttock. Using the core, we draw that left knee back up. Left foot kicks out. Coming back, continuing the balance. Now let's step all the way back, warrior one. Rise up. Both arms, inhaling. Exhale, hands to prayer. Left foot meets the right. Good deep inhale here. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhaling as we rise up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Right knee comes up. Good deep inhale here. Exhale, let's step all the way back, reaching back to warrior two. Right foot comes way back. We windmill the arms up and over the body. Rise up. With the arms, our drishti over that left middle finger. We find that symmetry between the back arm and the front arm. As we lengthen, we open up the front of the chest as we reach out and take a glance over that left middle finger. We inhale in. Exhale out. Let's straighten that left leg and flex that left foot. Flip the front palm and reverse the warrior. Rise up with the left hand. Inhaling in. And as we exhale, let's come back to warrior two. Left knee is bent, inhaling. Exhale, left forearm to top of left thigh. Rise up with that right arm, using the core to draw the right arm up. Right arm comes up and over the body. Inhaling in. And exhaling, come back to warrior two. Good deep inhale here. We're just going to take right hand to right hip, step that right foot slightly forward. Right foot's going to come to meet the left. Inhaling in with both arms up. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Let's go to the other side, drawing that left knee up now. Inhaling in. And as we exhale, let's step all the way back. Warrior two now on this other side. We windmill our arms up and over the body. Our drishti over that right middle finger. So we hinge into that right knee as much as it feels okay to us. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. Straightening that right leg and flexing that right foot. Flipping the front palm, reversing the warrior as we rise. Inhaling. Exhaling, let's come back to warrior two. Sinking in, good deep inhale. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Rise up with that left arm to 12 o'clock as we inhale. Exhale, left arm up and over the body. Really reach and extend so you feel that nice length. Inhaling. Exhale, hand to hip. We bring that left foot slightly forward and left foot comes to meet the right. Inhaling, bringing our hands to prayer. Exhaling, Tadasana. Let's take a moment just to circle the shoulders back and then circle the shoulders forward. Rise up with our arms as we inhale in. And then exhale, let's forward fold. We're going to make our way back down to the mat. We're going to inhale up to a halfway lift. Pause here for just a second. Let the back be flat. Let the neck be long. Just gently rock the weight toward the ball of the feet. Let the heels just come off the mat a minute, seconds. And then back down. Heels come down and toes come off the mat. Navel back toward the spine. And then gently start to bend the knees and bring the buttocks back toward the floor. Find one of your blocks. If you don't have one of your blocks, if you don't have a block rather, pillow from your couch, one of those. Your decision. Let's make our way down to the mat. We're going to do a little bit of inner thigh work. We're going to take our block or something else, place it in between the leg. Finding our heels with our fingertips. Let's pause here for just a second as we squeeze the block with the inner thigh. So really focus on that squeeze of the block. Taking an inhale in and an exhale out. Adding layers to this. As you squeeze the block, start to engage the inner thighs, and then maybe you even start to engage the pelvic floor. You may find yourself quivering just a little bit with the inner thigh, and then pause here. So remembering our inner thigh gets one of the least amount of work, right? So that helps us with our balance, and then also we get all that work in our outer thigh. So just doing a little bit of inner thigh. Just gently rock the pelvis slightly up so you're pressing that lower back into the mat. Wiggle your toes so you feel the soles of the feet making contact with the mat. Relax that bind just a little bit in the inner thigh for a minute. So just focus on the tilting of the pelvis, lower back on the mat. Take an inhale in, and as you exhale now, squeeze that block one more time. So maybe you feel a little bit different now, so that lower back's not doing the work. The lower back is pressed into the mat, so really just focusing on the inner thigh squeeze. Good deep inhale in. Exhale out, continue that squeeze, and now relax. Let everything settle for just a moment. Inhaling, exhaling. Notice if you're holding any tension in the shoulders while you're doing that. Again, start to tilt the pelvis slightly up, lower back into the mat. Hands are down beside you, inhaling. And as you exhale, squeezing the block with the inner thighs. Good deep inhale in, exhale out. Continue that squeeze of the inner thigh. Squeeze of the block. Continuing that squeeze. Maybe adding pelvic floor or abdominals. You can, almost like you're zipping up internally, creating tension in the abdomen and the lower half of the body, and then relaxing everything down. Let's add some hips and arms to this now. As we inhale, lifting the hips off the mat, continuing that squeeze of the block when you get to the top. Let's add the arms coming overhead, or you don't have to. Your choice. So arms can go overhead or not, but we continue to squeeze the block when you're at its tallest point. And then exhale, come down with hips, and if you're adding arms, arms come down too. You can try it with and without and see what feels better to you. Some of us have neck issues, so that doesn't feel good to us. Inhaling as we lift the hips up off the mat, come to your fullest expression, squeeze the block, add the arms if you haven't already, or don't. Continue that squeeze of the block. As you do, notice that the abdomen also engages here. Find your breath. Maybe even taking a belly breath, letting the belly come up toward the ceiling, and then as you exhale, contracting back. Taking the buttocks back down toward the mat. Arms down toward the mat if they were there, if you added those. Last time, as we inhale in, lifting the hips up off the mat, squeezing the block with the inner thighs, adding the arms if you want or not. Belly breath in and out, contracting the abdomen, and then arms and hips come down. Let's remove the block and do a couple more abs. So we're going to bring our knees up. Let's just do a quick squeeze of the knees, bringing the knees in toward the chest. Maybe even the sacrum comes a little bit off the mat. And then removing our bind from our knees that we were just squeezing. Let's keep the knees bent, the toes are flexed. Again, if you start to bring the knees toward the chest, the lower back comes in toward the mat a little bit more. That's kind of where you want to be. If the knees come away from the body, you'll find that lower S curve happening in the back. So you're just accessing different muscles in the abdomen, right? So you can kind of gauge where you need to be. But one of the safer places is if you're bringing your knees a little closer toward the chest, that's also protecting your lower back if you have lower back issues, right? So version one can be just lifting the head off the mat and gently bringing the hands forward, and that's where you can be, right? Version two could be that you're bringing the knees forward in and then out. Right? Or the hands can be behind the head if that feels better to you to give yourself some support. Or your head can just be on the mat, drawing the knees again in and out. So decide where you need to be. Go as long as you want with the legs. And find your breath here. Remember, breath in and out. If then anything starts to get tired, back off. Pause here, and then let the head come down if it was up. Let the feet come down so you can rest for just a moment. We're going to take the feet long and do flutter kicks. So again, your head can be on the mat, feet come off the mat, and then like you're kicking, fluttering, and we're going to go slow here, right? You can be here, or you can take the head off the mat, or you can come to forearms slightly. See what kind of feels good to you to get the best workout for your abdomen and also your body and what feels good. You can also just try different ways that might feel good, but continue that flutter kick as you breathe in and out. Continuing that movement. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. And bring the legs down and rest. Take an inhale in and an exhale out. We'll do bicycles next, but first we're going to take our left leg in, left knee in toward the chest. Just do a little stretch here. Take a circle with that left ankle. We're going to do a gentle twist as we take the left knee across the body and T-shape out that left arm. Let the left shoulder head rest on the mat. So make this a nice restorative twist, knowing that we're going to go into bicycles in just a moment. Letting the nervous system calm for just a moment. Catching the breath if we need to. Drawing that left knee back in toward the body. Hug it in. And then let's switch it out. Take the right knee in toward the body. Let the left leg be long. Make a circle with that right ankle. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. I see a lot of emojis on the Facebook. Hopefully everybody's okay. Are we all still okay? Let's take our right knee and bring it across the body. Right knee's coming across the body, and we're going to T-shape out that right arm. I can't wait to read that. Right shoulders resting on the mat. Palm is up. Let's offer up a little good energy for the rest of their practice, right? For each other. We can do this in day 4 together. Inhaling in, exhaling out. And then let's draw that right knee in. So remember, if anybody remembers bicycles, right? So we're going to be drawing one knee in, one leg will be long. So we're going to start to switch it out. So again, you can be your back and head on the mat as you start to switch the knees, or interdigitate the fingers, hands behind the head, and then we start to cross over as you extend one leg and one knee comes in. So elbow to knee, and we find our breath. Go at your own pace, what feels good to you. Maybe none of it does. It's okay. Continue the breath. And let's go for 8, and 7, and 6, 5, and 4, going slow, 3, and 2, and 1. And head comes down, knees come down, let everything soften. Let the soles of the feet be on the mat, lower back just sinks into the mat. Take a good deep breath in, allow from your crown of your head to your neck to release if you're using any accessory muscles there. On the next breath, just letting the shoulders soften, melt into the mat. Remember that audible inhale and exhale. You're in your own home studio. Now I see love. Okay, good. I can only see small things, but I see love happening. I guess that's good. All right, we have to laugh about this together, okay? This is good. This is good for us. We're going to do this a couple times in our challenge, so it'll get better and better and better, I promise. Let's take our left foot to our right knee. Gently press that left knee away. We're going to come into a little figure 4 here before we do some candy canes. We're going to take our right knee up. My son taught me this last night. So we're going to take our hands, thread them through our right hamstring, and hold that right knee up toward the chest. Gently make some circles with that right ankle. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Draw that right foot up toward the ceiling, maybe getting a little hamstring stretch as you point and flex that right foot, or you can just keep the right knee bent. Just focus on that left outer hip. So we're just taking a little break here before we go into the next thing. Let everything soften. Right foot's going to come down. Left foot's going to come down. Let's take our right foot to our left knee. Gently press that right knee away. Inhale as we draw that right knee up, left knee up, threading our hands to the back of the left hamstring. And we start to draw that left knee in toward the chest. We'll take a little circle with the ankle. Left sole of that left foot could come up toward the ceiling if that feels good, or just keep that left knee bent, your choice. We're going to do a little more inner thigh work next. Bending that left knee if it was up in the air. Again, drawing that left knee in a little bit more, just releasing any tight spaces that you might feel in that right hip with each breath in and out. Left foot's going to come down, right foot's going to come down. We're going to grab our block one more time. Let's do a little more inner thigh and do our last abdominal. We'll do a little more stretching. So again, coming into your bridge posture. Feel the heels of the finger with the fingertips, focusing on the squeeze of the inner thigh. Inhale, lifting the hips up. We're not going to do the arms on this one. We're just going to focus on the squeeze and lift a little higher and then squeeze the block. Lift a little higher and squeeze the block. Or maybe you're taking a tiny pulse and then a squeeze. Finding your breath as you squeeze the block. So really feel the soles of the feet as you push up toward the ceiling and you squeeze the block with the inner thigh. I guess this is a tiny pulse, or you can just focus on the squeeze and stay stationary. Your choice. Last time. Push up with the soles of the feet and then come down. Let everything settle. Good deep inhale. We're going to go one more time. Inhale, pushing with the soles of the feet. Hips come off toward the ceiling. Squeeze the inner thighs. As you squeeze the inner thighs, maybe you start to add that contraction of the abdomen. Piecing it all together. Finding the breath. Belly breath in and out. So inhaling, letting the belly expand, and on the exhale, contracting, squeezing the legs together. Last time, and then coming down. Gently remove the block. Might feel that one tomorrow. Let's inhale as we bring the knees in gently toward the chest. Rock the hips slightly back and forth from side to side. And let's do one more set of abdominals. We'll do candy canes now. So in the candy canes, we're going to take one foot up. So either I'm going to do head down first. Leg is going to come up, and you could touch the toe, and then touch the toe, right? So head is down on this one, right? Or you can start to just switch over as you take one leg up and then the other. And find your breath. So either way, start your process, go slow, and touch your toes as you kick one leg up, crossing over. Find your breath here, inhaling in, exhaling out. Continuing to touch. And then let's go for 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head comes down if it wasn't already. Let everything soften. Perhaps your heart is beating fast. And bring the knees in toward the chest once more. A gentle rock from side to side, or you can just keep the feet flat on the floor and settle for a moment. Good deep inhale in. We feel the aliveness of that heart, right? Beating behind our chest wall. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Another good deep inhale in, exhale out. Let's take our feet wider than the mat. Let's do a little stretch here. Gently take our knees, bring them over toward the right side of the mat. And then knees are going to come up. Just windshield wiper them over toward the left side of the mat. Knees will come up. Gently bring them over toward the right side. Bring the knees up and over to the left side. Knees come up. Let's bring the legs long now. Arms are down beside us, but now let's bring the arms up. Reach up overhead. Good deep inhale. Press in with the calves. Let the toes come up. Flaring the toes. Navel back toward the spine. Opposite hand and opposite foot as you lift them off the ceiling, toward the ceiling. Off the floor and toward the ceiling. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. Gently walk the feet and hands over toward the right corners of the mat. We start to C-shape the body. Gently with your right hand, take your left wrist and give that left wrist a little length as you lean over toward the right corners of the mat. Right corner of the mat. And then let's come back to our midline. Rise up and over, and then head over toward the left corners of the mat with feet and with hands. Gently with our left hand, grab our right wrist. We start to lengthen that right arm as we twist, bend gently over toward the left side. And then let's come back again. Swim the hands down. Let's do a little bit of stretching with our strap before we go into Shavasana. So bending the knees once more, lower back on the mat, taking our strap and placing it toward the ball of the feet. I'm going to pause here for just a second in case you need to get your strap. So sole of that left foot on the mat, just to start, left knee is bent. Take a moment to just bring the toes back toward the crown of the head so you just feel the hamstring engage. Right knee straightens out. Or if you're here and right knee is bent, that's okay too. Focus on the straightening part of it. You can point and flex the feet if that feels good to you. Just get a really good hamstring stretch here. Let the heel now be right in line with that left hip bone for just a moment. And take a moment now just to let the long leg bone kind of settle into the socket, or even if that's only in your mind's eye of doing that. And then gently just make a circle, like you're going to paint the face of a clock with the heel. The strap can be long so that the shoulders can just be really calm and relaxed, and then maybe go in the opposite direction. If you want more, remember you can always get a little closer toward that foot, or even catch the great toe if that's where you can go. Let's bring that left leg long now. Hover that left leg a couple of inches above the mat. And start to draw the head up toward that left foot. So you start to bring the gaze toward that left outstretched foot. Start to bring the hand toward the left foot in the direction of that left foot. Of course, we can't touch it, but pretending we could. So really using the core to draw the body up. And then gently just bring the head back. Settle the shoulders and head on the mat, and we'll start to bring that right foot out toward the right side of the body. We'll T-shape out that left arm. Remember too, that always that option, that offer to take the block if you have it close by and place your ankle on that outstretched right foot. Just being able to open up a little further, or just playing around with it if you have access to that block, if it happened to be close by you. Or taking a moment to find it and play around with that just a little bit. Left leg is on the mat. Left buttock, left hip on the mat. We can make that a little more active, that left leg, pressing in with the calf, toes coming up. Even flex that left buttock. If it's slightly off the mat, you may find that you can access that a little bit. So at least it's being an active left leg if it's hiked up just a little bit too far. Right leg's going to come up on the next breath toward the ceiling. Flexing the toes once more so you get a nice hamstring stretch along the top. And then we'll take that right foot straight over and across toward the left side. T-shape out that right arm. If you want to take that right foot and find another block, place your right foot on the block. Do that right inner ankle. So you can come into the twist maybe in a different way. Just try it out. If you don't like it, then don't do it again. Or maybe try it again another time. Maybe try it on day 19 or something like that, you know? So now there's that opportunity. Here we are in this twist to take that belly breath. I find that when I'm putting my foot on a block, I'm able to get into that stretch maybe a little deeper because I'm not really so focused on my left hand with the strap. I can just rest that right foot on the block and kind of get into that twist a little bit more. So I'm sensing it more in my hamstring right now, and that feels really good. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Let's come back. Inhaling as we bring that right foot up. Let's switch it out now, taking strap and the ball of the left foot. Sole of that right foot on the mat just to start, so right knee is bent. So let this settle now. Bring the toes toward the crown of the head or toward the chest so that you can really feel that hamstring stretch on the left side, if it feels okay to you. Again, maybe your focus is more on just straightening that left leg. Take a moment to take some movement to the toes or to the foot, or make a circle. And then, just like we did before, even if it's only in the mind's eye, letting that long leg bone just kind of settle into the leg socket, and then just making a rotation, like you're going to paint the clock with your heel, face of the clock. And then going in the opposite direction. Really drawing that left leg up a little bit. Now let's bring that right leg out. So hover the right leg just like we did before, a couple of inches above the mat. On the inhale, start to draw these shoulders off the mat. Hands come toward that right outstretched foot. Like you're going to try to touch your right toes. Use the core, drawing the shoulders off the mat. And then let everything settle. Leg, neck, head, back down onto the mat. Inhaling. And as we exhale, let's take that right foot out toward the left foot out toward the left side of the body. We'll T-shape out that right arm. Again, left ankle could rest on a block so that you can really open up and feel that sensation. If the right hip is slightly, maybe like micro, movement off the mat, you can start to flex that right buttock so that you feel that right leg engage. And breathe here as you open up and open into tight spaces that you might feel. You could even bring the toes back toward that left shoulder. So maybe get a deeper inner thigh stretch if you want. And then when you're ready, on the next breath, let's bring that left foot up toward the ceiling. Toes come back toward the crown of the head. So you really feel that left hamstring lengthen and engage. And then let's bring that left foot across the body toward the right side. Find your block if you have it close by. Place your left inner ankle there on the block, and T-shape out that left arm. So now for me, I feel that left outer hip as my foot is placed on the block. See how you feel. Sometimes when we make movement to the foot in this stretch, we're able to access a different muscle grouping. So that offers for you as well. Belly breath in and out in the twist. Letting the shoulder head rest on the mat too, with that inhale and exhale. Next breath, let that left foot come up toward the ceiling, gently removing the strap carefully and bringing it away from the body. Knees come in toward the chest. Let's make our way into our Shavasana. First, a little rock back and forth from side to side. And then bringing the feet down long, coming into a final rest. And remembering, Shavasana can be lying in supine. Shavasana can be coming into bridge. block under the sacrum, legs up, Viparita Karani. Inversion for you. You can even stay that way for a moment, then come into Shavasana supine position. Or legs up onto a chair. In your Shavasana, take a moment just to let everything rest. Right? Start with the crown of the head. Allow some release. Maybe you take the head and loll it gently back and forth from side to side. Just feeling the neck release until it finds its way into the middle of the mat. Notice if you're holding any tension in the jaw, allow yourself to maybe purse your lips like you've eaten something sour as you scrunch your eyebrows together. And then maybe make a huge smile with your face, with your lips. Stick your tongue out. Maybe move your jaw from side to side. Just give it a little attention so that way when you're in your rest, you can really feel the difference. If you still have tension in the shoulders, you can always make fists with the hands and draw the shoulders up toward the ears, creating tension in the upper body, and then allow some release on the next breath. You may find that you're able to really soften the shoulders that way. And the same thing with the abdomen. You could tense it up and tense up the pelvic floor, and then release. Or tense up the buttocks and hips, and then release. I think tomorrow we'll do that. We'll do a little tension and relaxation from upper to lower body. Find your way. Settle in. Our reading tonight's going to come from Saki Santarelli. From his book, Heal Thyself. I'm going to read a few times from him this week. This one is about awareness of our breath. So just listening to his words. Focusing on your own breath in and out. Meditation practice requires this discipline or sustained effort. So does our yoga practice. Yet at a heart, mindfulness, meditation is about care. About willingness to come up close to our discomfort and pain without judgment, striving, manipulation, or pretense. This gentle, open, non-judgmental approach is itself both relentless and merciful, asking of us more than we might ever have expected. To practice in such a way, awareness of the breath is an effective, ever available means for cultivating presence. Lying on your mat right now, letting the body settle, letting the mat support the weight of the body. Allowing yourself to simply be with this feeling. Staying aware of the breath. Sensing the rhythm of inhalation and exhalation. The feel of the breath as it comes into the body. The feel of the breath as it leaves the body. aware of the rise and fall of the belly. Or feeling the breath at the tip of the nostrils, sensing the whole breath coming in and then going out. Rather than thinking about the breath, allowing yourself to really feel the breath, the physical sensation of breathing as it comes in and out. No place to get to, nothing to change. Simply being aware of the breath in the body. And each time you notice that the mind's wandered away from the awareness of breathing, gently returning to that feeling of inhalation and exhalation. Riding the waves of inhalation and exhalation, just this breath, and just this breath. Coming home, returning through the awareness of the breath to your wholeness, your completeness, right here, right now. Peace. Peace to you. Slowly start to make some movement to your fingers and to your toes. Gently make fist with your hands and then open the hands up. Feeling the fingertips, feeling the palms. When you're ready, just roll over to your right or to your left side. But just take a moment without rushing to get up. You cradle your head and your arm. Offering up the loving kindness to you. You came to your mat on day 4 to practice together today. When you're ready, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keeping the eyes closed, we bring ourselves erect. We sit tall. Take a moment as you start to sit tall in this moment, letting the chest expand, the shoulders broaden. Notice the sensation of the body having moved, having explored the abdomen today with a smile. Let's take our hands to prayer for a moment, feeling our fingertips touch one another. May all beings be free of fear and of harm. May we all be happy just the way we are. May we all be at peace with whatever comes our way. And may we all rest gently in the softness of our own hearts. Taking a good deep inhale in. Let's exhale and share the word Namaste. Namaste. Thank you all for this practice tonight, day 4 of our 21-day challenge. I'll see you all tomorrow for a practice together for day 5. Namaste. Have a good night.